with all that's going on in the playoffs, the Lakers and the Nuggets and the series, you know, the Lakers being down 0-3, I mean, only I got to say is like that's got to be making the Clippers feel real happy right now, because when you think about all that has transpired, the Clippers had another opportunity slip for them not to get a championship due to injury, and seeing Kawhi Leonard on the court play as hard as he can and go out there and dominate the way he usually does, but doesn't end up in a victory, is definitely not good for the Clippers and Clippers Nation, because he wasn't able to stay healthy, nor was Paul George. So it's a setback and another situation where the Clippers came up short. But you saw, or you probably heard, that the Lakers, they came out with state champions and things like that, because all four California teams made the playoffs this year. So they came out with a state championship shirt, and I guess they're the state champions of LA is what they think in their mind, which doesn't mean a damn thing. But regardless, what I'm saying, I guess it was just something to maybe troll the other California teams, the Clippers especially, since that's the more known as their rival team. But either way, this is basically a reverb. This is basically something coming back at you, what I'm saying? Because the Lakers now find themselves down 0-3 in a series where they can't win a game against the Nuggets. And, it looks so lopsided. I mean, then you just had a home game where you lost and the Nuggets completely took over, and Jamal Murray looks like he's the best player on the floor, these last couple games. And that's despite how good Jokic is playing. So I know Clippers fans got to be, laughing and enjoying that. And also, I think Robert Covington actually chimed in, on how good that they were playing, that the Nuggets are playing, and how good Jamal Murray was playing, on Twitter. So, I mean, it's like now seeing that on top of what I'm saying, it's like, yeah, I mean, the Clippers definitely, like this, because, I mean, they didn't want to go through another summer hearing about the Lakers. Oh, LeBron James, carried his team from the bubble all the way to, the finals, and he wanted this and that. And don't get me wrong, there's still one game left. I mean, anything is possible, but being down 0-3 and trying to come back from that deficit is going to be very tough. I don't think the Lakers are going to do it. I think the Lakers will probably get swept. At worst, it'd be a gentleman's sweep, because if when the Nuggets go back home, if they're allowed to go that far, I mean, after tonight, then I mean, they'll just win it at home, I think. So I mean, I don't really think it's one of those situations where we have to worry about the Lakers coming back. But of course, I leave the door open for anything. But right now, so far as we speak, the Clippers are very, got to be very pleased by what they see. This way, like I said, they didn't want to have to hear another summer of how LeBron James carried the Lakers and all these things, the way they hurt in the bubble, and how much disappointment the Clippers were. They don't want to go through another offseason of that. So, I mean, I know they're definitely rooting against the Lakers, not only because of the rivalry, but also because of how the media, sets things up and fabricates a lot for the Lakers, because LeBron James is on there. And, that can get demoralizing as an NBA fan, and just as somebody as a fan of the game, what I'm saying? Don't make excuses for nobody. If they, don't win, they don't win. And it's like, with LeBron James, he's the forefront of the NBA. So a lot of things he does, they magnify it even more than what it is. And I definitely understand, because he's been the face of the league a long time. But, fair is fair sometime. And, I didn't think the Lakers would be down 0-3 in this series. I didn't think they would be on the verge of getting swept. I mean, I didn't see that. I thought maybe they at least get a game. I mean, hell, the Clippers were up 3-1 on this team now. In the last time they played in the bubble, and the Clippers couldn't finish, due to, Paul George not playing the way he's supposed to. And Kawhi played, had one bad game in the series, which was the game 7 where he was really tired. And now you're looking at a Lakers team who was making jokes about them playing against the Nuggets, a couple years ago. And the Lakers find themselves in the same type of situation. Well, maybe not the same situation, but they find themselves in a down situation where they might get swept. And that looks a lot worse than what the Clippers did when they lost in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't even win a game. I mean, that's incredible. You got supposedly the greatest player of all time, and you can't win a game in a series where you have Anthony Davis and you so-called have the greatest player of all time, and he's playing at such a high level the way the media makes it out to be, and you can't win a game against the Denver Nuggets, against a Jokic who is unstoppable, but you can stop a lot of those other pieces. You do have pieces enough to stop them, and then Darvin Ham is just not a good enough coach, apparently, or at least so far in this series, to figure out a way to, minimize some of the points from those other guys. Because those Michael Porter Jr.'s, KCPs, and those guys are really killing you. Aaron Gordon getting extra rebounds, Jokic getting rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are the other guys are killing you. And then Bruce Brown comes in and does his thing. So it's like, when you look at that, I mean, it's like as a Clippers fan and Clippers, they're looking at this team and it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? They're giving the Lakers all the trouble in the world. I didn't think they would. Now, I thought they would give the Lakers trouble because I think overall Denver has a better team. But regardless of that, I mean, not winning a game up to this point, I mean, that's definitely not only demoralizing, but it's definitely unexpected. And I think a lot of media, people you're going to hear today, or if you haven't already heard today, them give them a lot of excuses for the Lakers. And you'll definitely hear more or hear some going forward because people playing excuses for the Lakers all the time, or not really Lakers, more or less because LeBron James there and LeBron James. And, this doesn't really look good to me on LeBron James as his legacy because, this is if he does get swept against a team like the Denver Nuggets where, he should at least, him and Anthony Davis should at least be good enough to get a game with the pieces that they have. It's definitely not going to look good. Definitely not for his GOAT case, if you ask me. But either way, it is what it is. I think the series is over with tonight. I don't really think it goes any further. If it does, like I said, it'll just go back to Denver and then they'll go there and end it there. Maybe they want to end it on their home floor, which they definitely have the right to do. Because, I mean, I definitely think the series is over with. And I know Clippers and Clippers Nation definitely knows it's over. And it's definitely, good to, for the Clippers Nation not to see the Lakers go ahead and win it. So the Clippers have an opportunity next year to go ahead and take the title if they stay healthy and keep the same team. So that's definitely a plus because, like I said, it would have been a lot of talk about LeBron in the offseason and everything if they would have won the championship or they would have been on the forefront, of winning the championship and everything. So, and I know Clippers definitely don't want to go through that in the summertime or in the offseason. So just focus on getting healthy, focus on getting better. Don't worry about being the state champions as the Lakers were trying to troll a couple weeks ago and talk about. Just worry about finding a way to get healthy and keep your pieces if you're going to keep them, and get your superstars healthy and get gear up for the next season and try to really make a push for it and try to win a championship.